Did a quick search, found the Titan down in Midland, Odessa. One of the two. They're like 30 miles apart, I think. Maybe less. Anyway, found the truck down in that neck of the woods. If you know anything about Odessa, Midland area, it's a little shady. Nothing wrong with the people down there, right? I'm just saying there's some shady activity that be going on down in Midland, Odessa, Kermit area.
Is this thing rolling? Keep watching, baby. Just keep watching. You never know what's gonna happen.
All right, everybody. God dang, y'all look tired and dirty. Woo. And I look like a homeless vet that lives underneath the bridge out in some West Coast city with a shopping cart. No, I'm not trying to make fun of nobody. Hey, man. So welcome back. Today we're gonna do something a little different. Gonna try something a little different here. Hunting season's upon us. Just a couple more weeks till the start of turkey season, and then from there it's just, if I win these draws I put in for a couple states, I already got notification. Well, I already got notification I didn't win the Arizona draw for elk, but I'm still waiting on the draw out in New Mexico. And that's it. Yeah, it's just Arizona, Mexico, New Mexico. I put in the draws for. Everywhere else I either have a friend that got some property, or I have a plan to go do some public hunting. So today we're gonna do something a little different. I need to do some work to the truck, to my daily. My Nissan, I got a Nissan Titan. It's my daily. And looking at some of these hunts that are a little bit more, closer to where I'm at, I don't need to be hauling my big. I don't need to be hauling the RV, the trailer, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of TLC into my daily to make sure that if I take it out to East Texas, take it out to Oklahoma, take it out to Kansas, take it out to wherever I'm going to go for maybe like a 2-day hunt, 3-day hunt. I don't need to be hauling anything. I just make sure this truck is good to go. Throw whatever I need in the back and head on out, right? So this is going to be the secondary hunting rig. One of my friends out west, he calls it the narco runner. The truck does look kind of suspect. Faded paint. Runs like a champ. All right, let me give you a little rundown on the truck. I needed something several years back. I needed something to be a daily, man, to get around town, to get to from wherever I needed to go without having to drive the dually. So did a quick search, found the Titan down in Midland, Odessa. One of the two. They're like 30 miles apart, I think. Maybe less. Anyway, found the truck down in that neck of the woods. If you know anything about Odessa, Midland area, it's a little shady. Nothing wrong with the people down there, right? I'm just saying there's some shady activity that be going on down in Midland, Odessa, Kermit area. Anyway, found the truck, went down there, met this young kid, trying to get rid of the truck. It's been sitting in his grandfather's front/side yard for like a year and a half, 2 years. Wasn't running. He had it posted online. He wanted 1,000 for it. I like to tinker with things. I go down there. I look at the truck. Of course, pop the hood. Nothing too obvious under the hood. Oil looks good. All right. Wouldn't start, of course, because that battery. I'm suspecting the battery's dead. It's been sitting a while. Wouldn't kick over. Got up under the truck. Exhaust needed some work. Got to the back of those. Didn't really see any leaks up underneath on the bottom side of the engine. Got to the back of the truck, and oh my goodness, the pumpkin, the rear differential had a hole in it. I would say I could probably fit a golf ball easily through it. So just a little bit bigger than a golf ball. But it was coming out. So whatever was in it came out of it. So I asked the young gentleman, asked the young kid, you said you was running when you parked it? He was like, yeah, I was coming home from work. I heard a bang, whatever. I was able to limp it home. Lie. All lies. So I told the guy it was him. I was there for about maybe 45 minutes talking to him, chatting with him, trying to get history on the truck. He just told me it was his grandfather's, then his dad's, and his whatever. It's not even that old. It's 04. Anyway, I was like, yo, man, look, the truck needs a lot of work. It's not running. I have no idea what's wrong with it. You're telling me the key fobs, you have one key, the key fob that comes with it broken. The key that's with it, you said wouldn't start the truck, but you were able to drive the truck. See where I'm going with this? Lies. I was like, and that rear diff, man, that rear diff is suspect. Something came out of it. He's like, oh, that why there was some oil coming from the back when I parked it. I was like, look, bro, I came all this way. I don't want to go back empty-handed. It's like 3.5 hour drive. I don't want to go back empty-handed. I got 500 cash. Would you take it? He's like, nah, man, I can't take nothing less than 1,000. And his grandfather was standing there looking at him like he wanted to choke him, like Homer and Bart. And his grandfather was like, you need to go ahead and get rid of that. He's like, I don't want it in my yard no longer. So I told the kid, I was like, what would you take for it? He's like, I'll take $750. I was like, look, I'll give you 6. We agreed on 6. We agreed on $650. We agreed on $650 if I went down there unprepared. I didn't have a winch or nothing. The truck didn't start, couldn't move it. So I was like, look, man, $650. You get it on a trailer. I had a trailer. I was like, you get it on a trailer. Agreed. Him, his granddad, his mom, his girlfriend. Bro, they were pushing. We didn't have a winch. We had to come along. Had a little strap come along. They had to come along, and they got that thing up on the trailer. Tied it up, got it home. Excuse me. Tied it up, got it home. I started digging into the truck. Man, the drive shaft, I can't believe the drive shaft was even on. The center bearing, disintegrated, gone. I popped open the rear pumpkin. There was no oil in there. It was dust. And on the gears, there was no teeth on the gears. So I don't understand how he could have got that thing to drive, to limp. It wouldn't have grabbed. There would have been no, unless he was on a downhill with a 25-mile-an-hour breeze to his back, and he hit every green light. There's no way he made it. Anyway, I got the truck. Start tearing into it. Pumpkin, done. Gears, done. Center drive shaft, center gear, done. Interior, trash. Started cleaning out the interior. I found so much suspicious paraphernalia in that truck. I had to clean the inside of the truck. I had a mask on. I had gloves on, disinfectant spray. I was cleaning everything, getting it all cleaned up. Fast forward, about a year and a half later, I got the truck running. And that's just because I was working on it when I had time. Truck's running. Been driving every day ever since. Made it out to Cali. Told one of my friends a story. That's how we got the name the Narco Runner. No issues. So I mean, I must have cleaned it good for whatever was in the truck. The dogs didn't find it. Anyway, I'm not trying to get in no trouble. I'm just giving you a history of the truck. So I was up under the truck. Fast forward to today. I was up under the truck. I don't know, 2 weeks ago I did the oil change, did the transmission fluid and filter change. Regular maintenance. I noticed there's an oil leak coming from the valve cover on the passenger side. The last cylinder, there's a little dribble of oil coming out. So might as well take care of it now while I can, before the season kicks off, because I don't want to be out somewhere and get in no trouble, right? So now you're all caught up on my daily, right? So what am I going to be doing today? Let me show you. I got a couple parts here. Let me flip this camera. All right, we're going to be doing easy stuff today, man. It's already late in the day. It's like almost 6. We're going to be changing out the oil cooler lines. I ordered these. Actually, they came pretty quick, man. I ordered them Sunday. Got them yesterday. And today's Thursday. Or ordered them Saturday. Got them yesterday. Cool, right? So I went with Z1. Man, I know I'm not sponsored. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you see Z1 stuff all around my truck, it's because that's the only company I buy from. It's not that I'm brand loyal or anything like that. They have good product at a decent price, and I can find everything for this year, make, and model on their truck on their website. So I'm not trying to say, Z1, hook it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say Z1, hook it up, but holla at your boy. All right, so today we're going to be doing the oil cooler inlet return line thing, because it's the easiest. We're going to drain the oil, get those put on, and that might, if it's quick and easy, I might move on to the next step, which would be we're going to change out the valve covers for the Nissan. So I was able to find, they got OEM gaskets for the valve covers, which I'm happy I could get those, passenger and driver. And then I will say, I was a little upset when I found out that, I was a little baffled when I found out that for the Nissan, this engine, this motor, you can't just change the valve cover gasket if you have, let's say, a leak, in my case, which, come to find out, is a common thing for this truck, this year model. Nissan, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make the spark plug tube and the coil pack rubber seal, so the oil doesn't go into the spark plug tube. They designed it so it's incorporated with the valve cover. Yeah, incorporated with the valve cover. So there's a possibility that if I was to take this valve cover off, just to change the gasket, there's a slight possibility that one of those rubber O-ring, one of those seals, could be bad. And then I would be down a truck waiting for the part to come in, because I wouldn't order from the dealership. Ain't happening. So preventative, I went ahead and just ordered these. Now, if I take these cover off, the original cover off, and I find out that those rings are not bad and it's not leaking, should I return these? Nah, I'm going to put these new ones on so I know I'm good for, the life of that O-ring, the life of that seal. So it is what it is. They're actually relatively cheap. It was like $90 for each side for a valve cover. Not too bad. So I went ahead and bought them both. Got the seals. They got the gaskets. And the reason I showed y'all just a second ago. The coil pack is because I have a check engine light. It's been on for a while now. Actually, it's been on for like a year. Ran the codes and it's saying it says like 235, I think it was a misfire. I went ahead, changed out the spark plugs about a year ago. Cleared the codes, and the codes came back still saying the same thing, saying it was a coil pack. So if I'm gonna have the valve cover off, if I'm gonna have both valve covers off, I'm gonna go ahead and change out the coil packs for these from that company right there, aftermarket. So that's going in too. And just to skip back to the valve cover, here we got the valve cover. There's the other ones under there, but this is this one here. This is going to be the passenger side valve cover. Please don't drop anything into the motor. This is going to be the passenger side valve cover. OEM from Z1. And right here, that's that ring, that O-ring I was telling you about. It comes already in the valve cover. All four already come inside, installed. There, you can't. There's nothing on the market to service those. So if that goes bad, starts leaking, I can't pull that out and put a new one in. Can I pull it out? 100% I could pull that out, but there's nothing made to put those in. So there's nothing made to. There's no new ones to be put in. No company makes them. Nissan doesn't make them. They make them to put in the valve cover, and that's what it is. So that's the nice, clean valve cover that probably will be put on tomorrow. We'll see how this all cooler lines go. But get the old ones off, new ones on. It's not a hard task. You have to disconnect the connectors to your fuel injectors. You got to disconnect all these on both sides. There's 8. Take out all the coil packs. Remove the harness. Put the harness to the side. Take out the intake. Take off the intake. Maybe not the box, but definitely have to take out the tube here for both sides. So not a hard job, just a tedious job, and we will get to it. See how tonight goes. You can see where it's leaking, how it's got all this dust and oil right here. It's leaking. The oil stains from the oil and the dust is just because I live out here in West Texas. So, but yeah, we're gonna start that. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I did the oil a couple weeks ago. I just got back from the auto parts store. Got some new oil, got an oil filter, got what I needed to. I'm gonna drain out this oil. The oil I put in already, I'm gonna drain it out. And then I'll take off the oil cooler lines, put the new ones on. I may leave the oil, I may not fill it up until I put the valve covers. I may just leave it all empty, put the valve covers, fill up oil, be good to go. All right, without further ado, man, let's get up onto the truck and at least start this oil, get the oil drained and get these oil cooling lines put on.
All right, I think it's recording audio because it wasn't the other day. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. That is the oil filter, my new oil filter. As you can see, there's oil under it. Oil coming down the little ramp thingy, majigger. I gotcha. Yep, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna first thing, let's go ahead and get this oil out. Just about to drip. I think it's a 14. Is that even the right one? Hold on. No, that is totally not. That's a 12. Come on, sucker. Yeah, it's a 14. Oh man, I pushed my oil pan too far back. Open up there. Bet my big head's in the way. I can't. Ah! It's fine. I'm just draining the oil. It's not like y'all have never seen. Alright, I got the oil out. I put the oil filter back up so it's not dripping on me. I'm gonna get myself a bucket. And I'm gonna catch this when I pull the oil cooler line. I'm gonna catch the coolant that's gonna come out of this line. Yeah, I'm gonna catch the coolant that comes out of this line, and then hopefully I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers too because it's kind of stuck. I can get that back on, and that'll be good for tonight, for today. This is gonna be the drain plug for the coolant. I just broke it free a little bit. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on it, man. This thing is plastic. So let's go ahead and drain the coolant so I can get that coolant line off. Cooler line off. Back to this thing. I got the coolant drained into the bucket. I got the bucket here because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more coolant in these lines. All right, like I was saying, I got the coolant drained out of this thing. Hopefully, this doesn't have too much coolant. That was just the coolant out of the radiator. So whatever coolant's in the block, whatever coolant's left in the motor is going to come out into, hopefully not my eyes. Oh, there you go. It's already starting to come. Come on, baby. I'm just trying to get this clamp to pop. There you go. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, I can feel it. It's good. It's going squirting. It's going to squirt. Hopefully. Ah! Everywhere my bucket's not. Oh my God. Mother lover. I knew it. Why y'all playing on my emotions, man? Well, we'll get the other hose and we'll put it on. I'm gonna put these clamps on before I put the line on. Like a glove. Oh no, let me turn this freaking clamp around because that's gonna be a pain to grip on and close later. Alright, one side's done. Sun's still up. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Yep. Just don't trip at my eyeball, please. Ow. Okay, that's loose. Let's see if we could get this off without splashing coolant in my eyeballs. Throw my chin. Mother lover. Anyway, all right, that line's on. I just gotta put the clamp on the other side, and this line will be good. And then there's one more. It's like one little elbow. That's what the two new oil cooler lines look like on there. Not the dirty rag. And when I change it, I want to put the new oil in. I'll put the new filter. Hopefully that'll help it from leaking. Now let's go up top and see if we can find out where this leak came from, where the third little one is at. All right, so I think I found this little hose. This came with the oil cooler kit. Before I pull up a diagram, I think I found it where it goes. So this is the throttle body. This is the thermostat housing. You can see that in there, the thermostat housing. And then there's a hose right here, this one. Not this one, not the same shape. And it's that line, the red line's way thicker. But this line right here, to elbow, it looks about right. That line does look a little old too. So for me to get to it wouldn't be an issue right now because everything's already, the coolant's already drained. So when I do my valve cover tomorrow, I gotta take this off anyway. Take out some of the stuff to get to the valve covers. I may be able to get to that a little bit more easier, and it wouldn't be too hard just to take off the thermostat housing rubber tube, the rubber hose that runs from the thermostat housing. That looks like it might be in the way, that big tube right there. Yeah, to move this tube out the way, to put this tube right under it, which you could kind of see it right there. But that will be something, I ain't gonna lie to you, that I will tackle tomorrow. Well, what I thought would be 20-minute job turned out to be an hour and a half. So got the 2 lines out, 2 lines in, 1 more to go. 1 more to replace. I'll get it tomorrow when I do when I take off the intake tube and I start working on the valve covers. So Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna clean up and clean myself up and then get some food. All right. Oh yeah, catch y'all tomorrow.